Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
This is the placeholder name. We're calling it Doodlecast. Welcome to the Doodlecast podcast. Today,
I like it.
my name is Clutch Doodle. We have discount hero, Mr. Evan, here with
What's
us. He hasn't played League in a few seasons, but he just got back into it because preseason's super cool. We have Prezi, Angel. She's been playing League for a really long time. I'm not sure. When exactly did you start, Angel?
Probably like mid-season 3.
Mid-season 3. Okay, well, she's on and off. Been playing ever since. She's been getting a lot more back into it late season 7. And now we're all pretty excited for season 8. We have Wally. His league name is Epitha, but we all call him Wally.
Yeah.
Hello, Wally. How long have you been
Hello,
playing?
everyone. I started at the beginning of season 3.
At the beginning of season 3, okay. And then we have Set, Yunobo. Hello.
That's me.
How long have you been playing League, Set?
I think at the end of season 2.
Okay,
I'm not 100% sure. It might have been like the beginning of season 3.
cool.
Jesus, you're a relic.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Beta.
What?
Beta player here.
Beta bitch.
That's right, I own King Ram skin on my level.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Copyright.
Oh, shit.
Wait.
Alright. Well, we are waiting for someone right now, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and start with a bit of opening thoughts. It's kind of just free pour.
I don't have any thoughts.
Why?
What do you mean, why? So all right. So opening thoughts. I guess I'll start off. How did you guys? I guess minus Evan with this one. How did you guys like season 7?
Season 7 was a shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, when they first started out with the whole assassin changes, that was cancer.
Are you like
Truest
like
cancer.
specifically referring to like the
Dustblade,
the rework
lethality.
on like lethality? Yeah.
Oh,
I get that.
as a support main, I can't do anything.
Uh-huh.
Or I couldn't. It was ADC. I'm just gonna support the mid laner at this point. You
Right.
don't exist anymore.
Yeah. When it first came out, with the assassin rework, I can somewhat agree with that. Because for the most that I remember from all that happening was their goal with the assassin rework was to stop assassins from being able to 100 to 0 someone in a second, and all it
They
did
just empowered it though.
yeah, and all it did was make it easier, and that was that's kind of funny, with especially because like the thing that I remember the most is Rengar specifically. He was just disgusting. Like they changed his passive to give him like scaling bonus AD whenever he killed a unique champion, and at the 5th stack, as far as I know.
Ringer.
As far as I know, I believe it was like 35% bonus on bonus AD, and all you would do was just stack AD, and you get the auto crit when you jump on someone, and it was just dumb.
Yeah, because I just went to a game dealing with something like that, and it was I saw him in the bush, and I didn't see any damage. It was just gray screen.
Right.
I was so confused.
and then they nerfed it, and then after they nerfed it, lethality was weak again, and then they reworked it again, and then they reworked the item Duskblade, and that's when shit started to get scary. Because when that
And
first came
to
out,
try to counter that in a way, they enhanced the shield meta, as we're all currently aware of, and that was a different form of cancer.
yeah, that was my biggest thing. At the end of season 7 is definitely, I think that is my least favorite time I've ever been playing League of Legends, is the end
my
of season
gosh.
7. Either the end of what was I gonna say? Either the end of I think it was season 3 was when the tank meta was happening. I'm sure Angel had a field day with this when it was Shyvana Mundo top lane.
Oh my god.
You're triggering me. You're triggering me right now.
Because that's I vividly remember the how like disgusting Shyvana top lane was. Like if you didn't ban Shyvana, or if someone ran Shyvana, it was just over.
Yeah, that's
Like-
me.
Yeah. Angel here really likes to play Shyvana top lane.
When Casson was still permabanned.
Yes,
So-
I believe that was back when Cassim was still permanent.
I have a really bad sense of time. So I don't remember a lot of things that have happened in season 7 or just it was in a different season.
Mhm.
All I really remember is they added the jungle plants into here, which I guess was okay. It was weird on why they would at first, but
Right. I got used to it after a while because at first when I first saw it, because like before that the jungle was kind of cool because if you smoted someone or not smite someone but a jungle camp rather, you'd get a special buff off of it. Like if you smited the raptor camp, you'd get like a free vision ward kind of thing.
yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah, I remember that.
six.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. It gave you like a little strategy on like what camps to smite and whatnot, and then they kind of like took that away and just made smite
Just get
heal
more
you,
health.
and then they added the plants, and I hated it at first, but like once I started like playing with the plants, I was like, all right,
It's healthy.
it's
It was
not
healthy.
that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it when you smited red and you smited blue, and you'll get either health or mana.
Mana back, yeah. Yeah, that was nice.
And
I remember one of my favorite things to do when Tom Kench dropped is you could eat the wolf, carry it to the river, spit it out, and then if you smited it while it was midair, the wolf spirit would actually cover the enemy's jungle. So if they entered their own jungle, the spirit would follow them, and you'd be able to see where they were going.
interesting.
Yeah, it was really
But
fun.
like, to be honest, I've used probably the jungle plants more to troll than I've actually used them seriously.
That blast plant is either a godsend or a curse.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
And then when I actually do try to use it seriously, like I would auto the blast cone in order to get my teammates out
Yeah.
and to push away the enemies, but apparently they're kiting and they walk back into the enemy.
Yeah, right.
And then I get spam pinged and I'm like, cool, what do you want me to do? You're running away, and then all of a sudden you went back in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's always your fault, it's
Overall.
never theirs.
Oh yeah.
So,
Overall, I
Like-
feel like over the past 2 seasons, League has just kind of gone through puberty with like all the changes and shit, and like putting things in and then taking stuff out. It was just
Like
kind of like a
wards.
train wreck.
yeah, they're certainly being very experimental with everything. When I first saw we're getting into the preseason now, the runes reforged thing, that blew my fucking mind, because one of the first things they announced was the one where you could switch out summoner spells, and I was like, excuse me?
Broken much?
That's insane. And now like I love the preseason so far. Like I'm having more fun playing League of Legends than I have in a long time. Season 4 was probably my favorite season to play League of Legends, and that's
Yeah.
what it feels like again. It feels really new and fresh.
Because it's like a hard reset. No one knows what the hell they're doing anymore. Everything's fresh, brand new, and broken.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess so. Because, like, basically, I have mained every role except for jungle. I have never really gotten the concept of jungle. Like, I can do it decently or adequately, I should say,
Mhm.
but I've never actually, like, carried a game as I was jungler.
Yeah.
And on my Smurf, I've been playing more junglers, and I can actually say that I've now carried some games because, or while I was playing jungle.
Right.
And to me, that's nuts.
Yeah. And
These
that's what,
rooms are basically broken.
yeah, I was talking to Angel earlier about how much I do like the runes, in the sense where all of them they really encourage you to kind of run anything on anyone, on
And
anyone.
it can work in some way.
Yeah, exactly, because
Playing Press Attack Leona. Yeah, I didn't know that would work until,
yeah.
what was it, Jacob showed us, and that was, oh
yeah,
boy.
that shit's crazy. And it's because they put the word adaptive on all the runes, meaning that like you can deal the
Magic
damage that
rating.
you can deal the damage that you want to do while playing this champion. Like you can press the attack on Jhin and deal adaptive AD, and you can still run Arcane Comet on Jhin, going sorcery. It's not I said it before the season started that it's not really about like a rune or a mastery page that you run, that you can run like 15 AP, scaling CDR, all that shit. It's about
It
like
literally changes every game, every champion, depending on what you want to do that game.
yeah, and it's raw stats. Like if you take sorcery and then go down a secondary tree, it's either going to give you so and so AP or so and so AD. And if you take precision, it's going to give you attack speed. So it's all completely subjective to what you run. So that brings me to which brings me to my next point.
Just waiting for that.
So I guess we'll go down. Evan, I know you haven't been playing for very long in the preseason, but so far of the champions that you played, which which one do you think what rune and champion combo do you think is the strongest one that you've played so far?
I mean, again, keep in mind, like, the last time I played League, Warwick still looked like a blob of, like, graphics, and not like what he is now, so...
He still does.
Like, that'll be a quick funny story, is, the first game Evan came back to League, he played Warwick, and he clicked on top of the champion thinking that, Warwick's ult wasn't a skill shot. So when he flung himself forward, he was like, wait a second, what happened?
I was so confused. I was like over a wall. I was like in the middle of like 3 enemies, and they were like, "Yeah, it's not point and click." Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that's good to know."
Yeah,
but I mean, going through the runes, like I've seen a lot of people, because again, since I still haven't played like that much, I see a lot of people like talk about press the attack, and I see a lot of people talking about the little blue fox thing. I don't even know what to call it.
Airy.
Yeah, I see a lot of people talk about those. But, like, me personally, when I first looked at the runes, I looked at Resolve.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I thought, I was like, oh, this is going to be the stuff right here. Because generally speaking, the way that I kind of view League is that if you're good at the game, you generally go, AD. You're the carry. That's how like the function you perform. If you're worse at the game, like generally I am, I go tank, because that's a more passive role. Like, as long as I get hit and my teammates don't, I've done my job. And it's a lot easier. Yeah, it's a lot easier to get hit than kill the enemy. You know?
Yeah.
So
that's
I looked at Resolve Tree, and I was having like little to no success running it. I still don't know like what's the I don't know. I still don't have like the idea for it. Warwick was an exception, but he's like kind of painfully easy in the game.
Base for Jungler.
Yeah, basically. But like when I played like Nocturne or Vi, and I went like Domination and went like Electrocute, I was starting to have a little bit more fun, kind of experimenting with the different things. I'm still not too keen on Precision, as I still haven't really looked into it. In fact, playing the games with Kane that we just did, as great as those were the first time that I was.
We're not going to talk about those games.
Come on.
But yeah, playing in those games was the first time I went into the Precision Tree, and I mean, I have no idea if it was actually, maybe it did have a factor in like what was happening, or if it was just first time Kane, bad Kane. So
okay, Angel.
So I'm going to say about that for the Resolve Tree, because 2 facts: I main support, and my main mostly Lulu or Khan, and Leona is my favorite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Aftershock, I didn't think much of it until I went to it by accident for one game, and because I locked someone down for longer than a second, the effects procced.
Yeah.
And they weren't on the screen anymore.
Leona is a pretty like prime example of Aftershock, because like
Rammus too.
For those of you that don't know what exactly Aftershock does, essentially if you crowd control someone, like hard crowd control, stun, anything like that. Oh, said accident.
Oh, we lost one.
There we go.
Oh, she's back.
Welcome back.
I was clicking things.
So when you hard crowd control someone, you have a little aura that surrounds you for a second, and then it explodes and deals damage based on your resistances and your max health. So if you're like a tanky lockdown champion, it's really good for you. And Leona specifically is a really good champion to abuse that rune, because she is particularly very strong with it, like really, really strong.
So you say it'd probably be like a strong, say like a Nautilus jungle.
Nautilus
would be really.
Yeah, as long as you can stick with them, like on top of them, then it will work perfectly.
Yeah, and Nautilus is very good at doing that. So if
one's a hit and miss is like something like for Khan, because he can either stay in the fight or dash in, depending on how you're building him. If you put Aftershock on him, you putting a really strong risk on dying, because he's not tanky.
I actually,
Yeah.
I really liked the one that you ran in that one game. I know, because I kind of talked shit
Guardian?
about it. Yeah, Guardian's good on like Rakan and Braum, and that's pretty much it. But it's particularly really good on Rakan. But we'll talk.
Because he's putting shields on everyone. He's always next to the person.
Right, and he has an ability that literally puts him next to an ally champion. So
It'll proc his shield and the Guardian shield. It's great.
yeah, it's a big shield. It's good. Angel, what is,
What's up?
in your opinion, so far from what you've played, or even if you haven't played it, from like looking at a rune page or experimenting, what do you think is the most broken rune and champion combo?
Well, we've been talking a lot about Resolve, but we haven't really talked about the inspiration tree at all.
Oh boy, let's hit that up real quick. Yeah.
So I know you and me were like talking earlier about the Kleptomancy keystone
Mm-hmm.
and how it might be a noob trap, but
Yeah.
you know,
We'll talk
in
about that.
theory, it works out pretty well for a couple
Yeah.
champs.
Yeah, definitely.
I honestly think the inspiration tree overall is just broken for any champ in the game right now.
Uh-huh.
Like whether or not that champ is like underpowered in
Yeah.
any way, like inspiration tree makes up for it.
Yeah, the inspiration tree is cool in the sense that like it's not aggressive and it's not like defensive in a way. It perfectly suits I think
Tactical play?
Yeah, I think inspiration tree is like, how do I put it? It's like you run the inspiration tree if you think you have a higher IQ than people, kind of thing. Because it's like from and that's not meant to
Unless
be
you play
an insult.
Gnar and use Glacial Augment.
The thing that Glacial Augment for one. I've seen Blitzcranks run it. I've seen Teemos run it. That one in particular.
Oh, I did not see Teemo run that before. That's scary.
It is. It's kind of like having a frozen mallet without having a frozen mallet.
Oh no.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I kind of see like, personally, because I like doing a lot of damage. I've mainly used precision domination. Mainly tried using precision domination and sorcery.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really looked much into resolve and inspiration.
Yeah.
But with resolve and inspiration, I kind of inspiration mostly. I see it as utility, whereas the sorcery is kind of more of a higher power utility.
Yeah, I think sorcery is really good for like snowbally mage champs kind of thing, and especially people that have mana problems in lane. The mana flow band on that tree, oh my god, I love that mastery. Because I especially was really because Annie, that game.
Oh yeah, that was a game
we
changer.
said
Actually,
we weren't gonna talk about. I'll talk about it now. I did play Annie in one of those games, and I'm not a very good Annie, of course, but I did notice that like
So,
when
like,
I
the
had
first
the
thing-
mana flow band passive up, it's very easy to like because if you're being aggressive with Annie, she is a very mana hungry champion.
just depleted in a second.
Yeah, I noticed with Mana Feed Band, like I had like a quarter mana, and then I queued the enemy Diana, and then like half of my mana bar was back, and I was like, whoa. Like, what were you gonna say, Angel?
I was just gonna say, so like the first thing that I did, like getting back into the game recently too, like I did that same thing where I was just like looking at precision, domination, and sorcery, because like I just automatically like thought inspiration and resolve were like for supports or like tanks, but then like I actually looked at like the taglines for each of like the branches, and like inspiration literally like its tagline is creative tools and rule bending, and that's literally like what all these stupid like keystone like and runes are. Like they're just ridiculous in some way.
Yeah. I don't get me wrong. I do like the inspiration tree, and I think it definitely inspires creative play. Exactly what it says. Like especially like the hex flash for one. Wally can vouch for me. We had a game recently where I was playing Alistar, and I was having a lot of fun with Hex Flash. I love that. It feels bad. It feels terrible.
Oh, it looks bad.
It looks bad, but it's so fun to use because it's essentially like you charge your flash and it looks stupid, but when you get it to work, it's so satisfying. It's so funny. So, Wally, most broken rune and champion combo. What do you think?
All right, so all the goes we're talking about this. I'm going down. Well, it's gonna be two of them.
Okay.
It is cheap shot and the Coupe de Grace, or any of those three at the bottom. So was it Coupe de Grace, Cut Down, and Last Stand. Cheap Shot gives you true damage for any impaired target. So slows anything that's true damage going on to. That is free damage on champions like Ash that have constant slows, and Dara, anything he does there, and like especially anyone that's CC for the mid lane assassins, it's dumb.
Yeah.
And then for all the three I mentioned for the precision tree, that's just flavoring what kind of team you're going against. So say you have a high tanky team, go for freaking Cut Down. So anyone that's higher health, you do more damage to them than you do either for your lower health to killing them. Does actually save my life more than not.
Yeah.
Because I started maining ADC surprisingly in this season, and I'm doing well, and I'm scared to say this.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't, because like last season, one of the masteries made you do, was it 5% more damage on targets below 40% health?
Yeah.
Coup de grace makes you do 10% more damage.
It's crazy.
Yeah, people don't realize that, and that's actually a lot. And Riot has already talked about how they're going to nerf that one because everyone is just with the chaos of preseason right now. Everyone is like just doing ridiculous amounts of damage. Like everyone's just a damage dealing assassin. Everyone's just
plus there's no like armor or anything. Everyone's just dying so fast.
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the problems that I had with the current preseason. Is that no one gets a source of magic resist now. So it makes it really hard to go mid lane against an AP, or even go bot lane against like Brand. Or Zyra or something like that. It makes it really hard because they can just hit you with one ability and you lose half your health. Like... Yeah,
I actually had a game like that today. So I was against a Caitlyn Brand, and usually that's a scared combo normally, but Caitlyn wasn't my issue. It was Brand, and the fact that all of his burn ticks was the only thing killing me. I could not dodge them for the life of me.
Yeah, and it's making like we mentioned Aerie a little bit earlier that like before this patch, I don't even know now because Aerie just got nerfed this patch, and the patch before I've seen Janna, the support champion, like just straight up 1v1 people with Aerie, and it's just like what the fuck, like shouldn't be able to do that. It's crazy. But
the thing's one fact you can't dodge Aerie when she hits someone.
Yeah.
So if you are running on Misfortune as of recently, if you double up someone, it's already doing stupid amount of damage because she's going lethality. But with Aerie attached to it, because you can't dodge it, I got queued from 100 to 60%. It was 6% damage done to me.
Yeah. It dealt 6. You were playing Zoe, I remember that. And it literally dealt 600 damage to you. It was pretty crazy.
I was so upset.
Yeah.
Like that's not okay.
So Set, what do you think in your experience is the most broken rune champion combo?
Champion, I still don't know because I don't really play. I haven't played like a wide spread of champions yet. But I definitely have been having more fun with Nidalee.
Nidalee? Okay. What rune do you run on her?
Usually Electrocute.
Electrocute? Yeah. I like that one too. That one's like in my opinion, I think Electrocute out of all of the runes right now, I definitely think dishes out the most damage. And
they say Thunderlords.
It's crazy. It's like Thunderlords on fucking steroids on like it's crazy. And it's kind of weird, like the delayed damage reaction too, like how Zed will like do his combo, hit you with like an E auto and then a Q. And then like the Electrocute will hit you like a second after the Q hits.
Yeah.
That one's it's so weird to me.
I got deleted off something like that. That was upsetting.
Yeah. I think like Electrocute, almost anything in the domination tree is really good to run on an assassin or like a dive style champion kind of thing.
You forgot about Predator.
Because like with Electrocute and sudden impact, because like all assassins basically have either a dash, leap, or teleport.
Right.
So with Electrocute and sudden impact, I think it's just completely dumb.
So in my opinion, I don't think. I think one of the most broken rune champion combos right now that I've played recently, I don't know about it now since with the recent nerf, but Pantheon and Aerie.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's just not fun.
Like Pantheon was already kind of a crazy top lane bully before. You put Airy on top of his Q, it's just ridiculous. Because like Airy,
You can't even lane.
And like that's the thing. We were talking about adaptive damage earlier, and Airy's not adaptive. Airy just deals magic damage. So like it makes Pantheon deal magic damage, so it makes them even harder to build against, and you just stack lethality on them. Games are a lot shorter lately, and when games are shorter, early game crush champions are really good, so Pantheon kind of just pops the fuck off with our Airy. I don't know if that's changed lately, but
No, it's the same.
yeah, it seems crazy.
Oh,
Go ahead.
another thing is, like, Vayne has gotten stupidly easy with press the attack.
Oh
my gosh. Because of the 3 proc passive and already it's not.
Vayne,
Yeah, exactly. Like, she's not even a late game champion anymore. She'll turn into a mid, and then she's, like, basically impossible to beat late game.
That was the other one I was going to mention, was Vayne and Tristana on press the attack.
Yeah.
And there's been little Korea things, and now we're trying it too, of Tristana jungle with press the attack. That one.
Yeah, I was wondering where that came from.
Yeah, it came from Korea, and it is pretty scary. If you can kite the jungle well enough, she has a pretty decent clear actually. And then like press the attack. If you drop your E on someone, rocket jump onto them, drop the slow, your E is just going to absolutely decimate their entire health bar because of press the attack.
Alright.
The funnest rune and champion combo that I have been playing with lately is Vi and Dark Harvest.
Oh, yeah, that's very nice. Dark Harvest is actually just a sleeper right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I really like Dark Harvest. It is definitely snowbally, and if you fall behind, it's a little hard to catch back up with Dark Harvest, but
the risk reward's pretty good.
Man, if you farm well, Vi has a really good clear. She has a really good gank. If you get those kills and you get that farm with Vi, your Q is going to absolutely decimate them.
So one thing I came across, I don't know if it's played much anymore, even though it should be, is Predator on any sort of run-in champion, especially Hecarim.
Yeah.
So Predator, when you goes on all your boosts, when you activate, it gives you that move speed and adaptive damage to go with it. So you already know this is going.
Yeah, because and it works well with Hecarim well enough because his passive is he gets attack damage from bonus move speed. So I put a video.
Another one is that Lethal Tempo with Xin Zhao.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, earlier in preseason, he was either a pick or a ban.
Right. Yeah. Especially when he got a little mini rework recently, and his ultimate is very strong now. It's pretty insane. He was a hyper carry before, and now he's even more hyper carry. And I definitely agree. I think like press the attack and lethal tempo both are very, very strong on Xin Zhao. All right. Well, we'll go to the opposite of the ladder now. The weakest rune, along with the weakest champion, and in your opinion, if you have one, about how to fix it. Evan, do you have an opinion on this one?
Again, I'm still trying to figure out what even works in the first place. Coming back after so long, I felt that Resolve was a bit weak, but that was only because I still don't even know if it was like the runes I picked or just actual like skill level at the time. One thing that I kind of do notice, especially after coming back, and especially after hearing you guys talk about it a bit more, is everyone does seem to do like a lot more damage. Like people like actually having their health bars melt wasn't something that I normally used to see as often, but now it's like every game.
Yeah, definitely. Before it was like if you had a champion that could melt a health bar, then you had it. But now like everyone has potential to just wipe people off the screen.
Yeah, so like right now, maybe this is kind of just my opinion, but more defensive-minded play seems to be not as strong. Everything's a lot more aggressive, which I'm more or less okay with. That's certainly more like interactive and a lot more fun to play as and watch. So that might be the reason why, but that's just what I think right now.
Okay. Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Hey, what's your name, friend?
Minx.
Hello, Minx. So, welcome to the podcast. This is called the Doodlecast. We're talking about preseason tonight. and we made a little bit through the list, but I'll go ahead. We'll just throw you to the wolves right now. In your opinion, from playing League so far in the preseason, well, first, have you been having fun with it?
Like I say yes and no. Like I guess it depends on like the new patch. Like when they kind of rework some of the little stuff that I was annoyed with. Like yeah, now I'm having fun. But like before, I was just like, God, I want to get like a Jungle Rise or something. Like in the beginning, it seems like preseason just is like almost like an excuse for people to just be like, well, nothing matters.
Yeah,
like,
I can just feed anyway, right?
Like it's just I could just imagine like Patrick just running into a sea of just because you told me to. Like just
Yeah, I get that. So, in your opinion, from what you've been playing so far, or from what you've seen on like a video or something, what in your opinion is the most broken rune and champion combo in the game right now?
like dude, I'm gonna have to go with Ezreal and that whatever that's that
Ezreal and
kleptomancy, man.
kleptomancy.
Like like it's ridiculous. I get hit with the Q, and then he gets Elixir of Iron, and now he's hard to kill, and he's annoying. And then he gets like Elixir of Skill, and I'm level 4, and he's level 6 already. And then he's just no, come on, man. It's too random. You're bringing back mana potions, like those are supposed to be. Those are supposed to be gone. Like now right. I'm getting hit with stuff where like like kleptomancy makes it's very unfair for people that are just beginning because they haven't been around to know what like these specific items do. Like they don't know what like a biscuit does, like really, like so like now this guy has 6 of them and now you're wondering why he's just regenerating health. Like can you imagine kleptomancy, like 6 biscuits on a singed? Like someone
how do you buy a biscuit?
Someone that hasn't like someone hasn't played since like season 5 and they get a stealth ward. They have no idea what this ward is.
Yeah. What is this green thing I have in my inventory?
As if people used them anyways. And so I'm thinking kleptomancy is just unfair for people. Like it's for those people that like me that have been playing since season 1 and I know what these little items do. So I'm gonna beat you with like this, like like how like in Smash where like one person has the black hammer but then there's the golden hammer. Like that's what klepto is. Like I'm just gonna knock you out of the map.
It blew my mind when I played Gangplank for the first time and I ran kleptomancy and I got a mana pot and I was like, oh hello old friend. That was insane. All right, well we'll keep you on the spotlight for a second for the next one. In your opinion, what is the weakest rune and champion combo? And if you have an opinion, how do you think Riot could fix it?
Wait, are we still going with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm a little, but so, I gotta say that glacial whatever. Like it's just the only people that I ever see it work well with is like someone like Gnar, but he's already annoying anyway. So like this is like annoying +1. Like he just gets he just gets +1 on annoyance.
Yeah, like glacial augment's just kind of there to make like annoying champions more annoying.
Yeah, but it has nothing. But it doesn't really fit anybody. Like it doesn't fit on someone like Ivern, whose like basic attack range is like spitting distance. So it doesn't benefit and or help anybody. You can't get it on Ashe, and then that's what I really feel sorry for. Like you have these keystones that basically replace what champions do.
Right.
You have that replaces Ashe, and now you no longer need her. And then you have that demolishing of the tower. So I guess Ziggs is no longer a thing. I mean, or you can just add a Ziggs. Like it's just
take towers really fast with it on. It makes me upset more than anything else.
So out of all the keystones, I think that plus any other champion aside from Gnar is just terrible.
All right, Angel.
Wow, that was a lot. I still can't get over the just image of Ezreal running around with like 6 biscuits.
just holding it in his arms like these are mine. I'm hungry.
Oh man. Okay, so weakest rune. Okay. God damn it, what was it? Oh, so even though we were like talking about earlier how like the precision, domination, and sorcery runes trees, whatever, are like the strongest.
Yeah.
I feel like in the sorcery run, the phase rush keystone is like pretty useless unless you get like combos off with like Ari or like LeBlanc.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit about that earlier. In season 7, one of my favorite keystone masteries was Storm Raider Surge. I really like Storm Raiders, and Phase Rush is kind of the new Storm Raiders, but it sucks.
Yeah,
maybe,
exactly.
maybe not sucks, but like you have to try a lot harder to get the speed boost off than you did before running Storm Raiders.
It works well on Cass.
Yeah, Cassiopeia, it's pretty good. Both Casses, Cassiopeia and Cassidin, work particularly well with it. But yeah, I can agree with that somewhat.
I essentially feel like phase rush is only for people who like really are in a niche with their champion. Like for people
Just
who already have like established like a play style with champs and stuff, so like they actually can get their combos off.
Yeah.
Or you could put it on someone like Kog'Maw. I mean, Kog'Maw benefits really well from it too. You think about it, you throw down your E, Q, and your W, and there goes Phase Rush, and now you're just doing a lot of damage, and now they can't catch you because one of Kog'Maw's biggest deals is that he's immobile.
Yeah.
That's just like a face roll like combo though.
Like a Leona Kog'Maw.
Yeah.
What's a champion?
All right.
But, as for weakest champion though, I'd probably say like we were talking about this earlier too. We were talking about everything earlier.
Yeah, me and
like,
Angel before the whole thing started kind of had like a conversation about preseason. But go ahead.
Yeah, but whatchamacallit, champions like Bully Bear and Singed who have like outdated kits with like their flips. Cause like if you really think about it, all these champs nowadays, sure you could flip them into your team to like single them out, but like they're all so broken that like honestly that's the worst idea you could possibly have. And then there's option 2 of flinging them away from the team fight, but like literally everyone has like a dash or a flash or a jump of some sort, and they can re-engage in like literally 2 seconds.
Okay.
So I just think flips are like useless.
In your opinion, just like flip is just kind of like an outdated crowd control kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let's be honest. Who really goes behind somebody and goes, "I'm gonna."
Yeah, I'm gonna flip you away.
Get to you. I'm just gonna eat you.
Yeah.
Like I'm just
Really
gonna. Like no, when I get to you, I'm just gonna use this ability because I'm close enough. Like you can't flip with precision.
All right. Wally.
Hello.
Hello.
So is it just the major keystones or like all of them together?
I mean, if you have like a little secondary one that you think is particularly weak, and
okay.
Yeah.
So the big one would be Lethal Tempo to me. Even though it's really good, to be like really good on some people, when you're playing as majority just like ADCs, was it like a 1.5 second for it to kick in?
Yeah, it's about a 1.5 second ramp.
That 1.5 seconds in an ADC battle is literally you or death.
Yeah. And
by the time it kicks in, you're either going to be running away or you might just kill everyone. Yeah. It's really fucking risky.
And the fact that it's so easy to proc Lethal Tempo as well on accident, and then you have to wait, and then you have to wait 10 seconds to proc it again. So
unless you have like a premeditated engagement, it's just not going to work out the way you think it is.
Yeah, it works when you don't want it to, kind of thing. Like I had an Ashe game where I ran Lethal Tempo, and there was a enemy Garen top lane that I was like late game, I was able to absolutely shred this guy. Like I had like almost 4.0 attack speed with Lethal Tempo. It's fun to use. I think it's cool. I definitely agree that it needs a need. I think it needs a few adjustments.
Yep, and the second one, like the minor rune, is the freaking the minion dematerialization. I've only seen someone use it once, and it was terrible. It gives you bonus damage against freaking any minion that you use against it, but it's not like epic minions or like epic monsters. You can't use it against Baron, really.
Right. The one use that I've actually seen from that is Zillion. Zillion mid lane taking the minion dematerializer just so he's able to throw a bomb on the back line and one-shot it. That's literally all I've seen it used for.
But like,
either you get buffed to get more uses out of it, or just change the whole thing about it. But
change the way it works.
It's just not a really good one. As far as champions go, I've had success with like a lot of champs. I can't really say much about that.
Okay, that's fine.
think of anyone, the one that I think is struggling the most in this season is either going to be Kindred on occasion or Talia.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Kindred because, again, she's already a niche pick as it is.
Yeah.
And she's not running like a certain set pace. She's just going to get blown up.
Yeah. To be fair,
this season's not very kind to squishies.
Yeah, with Kindred, it's she's been struggling for a while. Unless she's one of those champions that kind of how Azir worked pre-rework. Is if you were good on Kindred, then you were good. But like, in my opinion, I don't think that champions should be like easy mode per se, but I don't think that like you should like to have a champion be good, it shouldn't take 300 plus games just to make that champion good, kind of thing.
Kind of what Zoe feels like right now.
But that's just my opinion.
And as far as Talia goes, it's again the same thing as if you're good with her, you're good with her. If you're not, then you're gonna have a rough time. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Besides just nothing. I think it was just what was it? Not Storm Raiders. Electrocute might be the best thing run on her. But other than that, there's not much as rune wise that just works for Kit as well as it should.
Okay.
That's in my opinion, at least.
All right. I respect that. Set.
So, I feel like a lot of things that are like replace items are just practically useless, like nullifying orb, fleet footwork. What else? Oh, and there was one in precision as well. What is it? Overheal. Like 10% of your total health plus 10. So if you're an AD carry in early game, you basically have 500, and then you 50, 60. I mean, why not wait for late game to get a bloodthirster?
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the overheal one. I think overheal is just so weak. Like, there's like no point in taking overheal like ever.
Yeah, and then like fleet footwork, you can just get, what is it? The shard.
Yeah.
I forget what the first of it was called, but
yeah. The electrocute thing?
Mm-hmm.
Energizer shard, something like that.
I think it's Kershey's.
No, it starts with a K.
Kershey's.
Does it?
It's like Kershey's Energizer shard or something.
But like, why would you get like overheal or like presence of mind when you have like triumph, which gives you 15% of the missing health back and 25 extra gold? Like, it's like they're like, here's two crappy ones, but here's like the obvious choice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That I agree with that 100% because like triumph is like broken.
It's
triumph
great.
Is just ridiculous.
It's
And I really do agree with like Corey as well with the Fate Rush. Storm Raiders would basically my way to go on Nasus. And for now, it's like, well, I have to hit him 3 times and I can't just like Q him and then go fast.
Yeah, and it has to be 3 unique abilities too. So you have to hit him with the E. I'm not sure if W counts, and then maybe an auto, and then a Q, and then I'm pretty sure.
No, it says 3 attacks or 3 separate abilities within 3 seconds.
Okay, yeah, but
so even Ignite would proc that too.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, even like before with Nasus, if you had like your Sheen and you had a decent amount of stacks, you proc that shit in 1 Q. Like that, you chunk them, you hit them for half health with your Q, and then you start flying. Like that was fun. I loved playing Nasus with Storm Raiders. That was really fun.
Our definition of fun are very warped here. I'm usually on the receiving end of that Q, and I hate my life.
So, in my opinion, I think the weakest rune is Unsealed Spellbook. I think
I forgot what they even did.
It gives you little shards throughout the game, and you can use these shards to exchange your summoner spells for different things.
The one. Okay.
I think like in a way it is definitely the most situational rune in the game. But it has a thing that's like, yeah, you can take this on a certain champion, but why would you not just take this on that champion? It's like for like Alistar or something, it's like, all right, so I can go into lane, I can like flash level 1 and drop Ignite on them, and then when I go back, I can switch out Ignite for Exhaust. So that's like decent, but why would you not take Aftershock? Kind of thing. It's like it just seems there's so much like they could potentially make Unsealed Spellbook really good. But right now in the current game, there's literally no point to take Unsealed Spellbook. It's just terrible in every way, shape, and form.
Yeah.
But also, like, what you're talking about, champions replacing abilities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So with Zoe being released, Unsealed Spellbook and Zoe could work well together if it was used properly, because she's just a grab bag of random shit if you start doing your stuff properly.
Yeah, Zoe has a mechanic where some of the minions will hold little balloons that if you kill them, it'll drop literally any random summoner spell or active in the game. I was fighting a Zed that one game, and it dropped Exhaust, and I was like, hallelujah! Like, I just got Exhaust. Like, it's insane.
So yeah, you mean to tell me that my luck in winning this matchup has to deal with the summoner gods out there? What if I'm playing against a Riven and I just keep getting like, I don't know, like clarity or something?
In the future, man.
Yeah.
Not getting ganked today.
It was destined.
Yeah, you better pray.
And for the weakest champion, from what I've played, and it makes me very sad to say because I did play him quite a bit in Season 7, Victor. I think Victor is trash garbage right now.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The changes he made, the changes they made to his raw stats. I think the sorcery tree. If you take Aerie, it's definitely a decent amount of poke for him, but it just seems the way that the game rolls and the way that the game flows now, it's a lot harder for him to get his items, and he just does so much substantially less damage than most of the AP mid lane champions out there.
I believe it.
So that's from my experience, and that's also a few things that I've seen, because that was one of the champions that I tried to play earlier on in the preseason was Victor, because I love Victor. He's one of my favorite mid laners, but he just feels so bad. He feels awful. It's kind of saddening, like how bad he feels right now. So, and then we'll kind of go to like this will just be like a quick one. What do you think is like hidden OP right now, like sleeper OP, like in your experience? Like some people like haven't tried it. It's like if you don't have an opinion on it, that's fine. But again, I kind of mentioned mine before. I'll just start with mine. Dark Harvest Vi, I think is hidden OP right now. Like I think it's actually it's
Dark
just
Harvest in general.
Dark Harvest a lot of things, but Dark Harvest Vi, it's just it's ridiculous how your Q with a stacked Dark Harvest just hits like a fucking truck now. It's ridiculous. Like it's insane. Because Vi was already known for doing like quite a bit of damage before, but
yeah,
it's just ridiculous now.
Well, I gotta say, like, even like it was good before, but it's even better now. Like Yorick with the Grasp of the Undying and Demolish.
That's my boy. This guy's my best friend now.
Dude,
holy.
Like this man, like I mean, I have become I went from being like a diehard Ornn main. I mean, you couldn't tell me though Ornn wasn't the god of beard.
Oh.
And then I just I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play some Yorick, and I put on that Grasp of the Undying. I get Demolished. I get whatever that rune is that gives me 2% of my maximum health whenever I come back.
Your Q works on towers now.
Yeah, my Q works on towers, and now I get a GG rod. Like I don't call it a ZZ rod, I call it a GG rod because like once I get it, it's GG.
This guy's speaking sweet nothings to me right now.
And then I spawn my ult. If I get a Rift Herald, get my Rift Herald. Dude, I'm gonna be in your Nexus by like 9 minutes.
Get that dragon while you're at it. Just send all the minions down bot lane or anywhere else you feel like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
feels bad.
Like you know when there's a Yorick and that Yorick plays like that type of Yorick that you know it's gonna be just oh god, someone go stop him.
Give him that time.
Oh man, no, you know what? I retract my hidden OP. It's Yorick. Yorick is the best champion in the game. No bar.
Like you couldn't have told me in season 5 we'd be talking about how OP Yorick is because I'd just be like, who?
You walk to the bar, there are no counters.
Oh yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. In fact, my first preseason game, because I didn't feel a need to mention this before, but season 7, as soon as Yorick got reworked, I became a Yorick one trick. I had a Smurf account that I had made, and I one tricked Yorick all the way up to plat 1. So, granted, I haven't made it past that, so I'm kind of trash. But regardless, I love my boy Yorick so much. I one tricked him all the way to plat 1, and when the new season started, he was the first one that I tried. And people, I know Blake, I believe Jacob, I think Josh was playing with me. I don't remember if you were playing Wally, but I just remember the moment that I discovered you could queue towers now with Yorick.
Yeah, I was there for that one.
I almost shit my pants. Like, I was like, no fucking way. Like, there's no way that they will allow you to do that much damage with Demolish and Yorick's Q. I was like, no way. But
yeah, and then they just buffed the damage that minions do to towers.
Yeah,
and exactly. And they're just like, yeah,
it's like
just more at home. I'm just like,
York, just do it.
Towers just don't exist anymore.
I'm just like, so you mean to tell me that I can play Yorick, I can make people cry in all chat, and I can gain elo? Come on, Ryan. Why are you messing with my feelings like this, Ryan? Why? Come on.
All right, Angel. Who's your hidden OP?
I like to think my hidden OP is my one trick Shyvana rune page.
One trick Shyvana top lane.
That we curated together.
Trying to bring it back from season 3. Trying to bring back the Shyvana top lane.
I like to think, in theory, that like all of the keystones and like all of the like secondary runes just work really well for Shyvana this season, and yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think you're right. I think Shyvana is actually in like a really good spot right now. I'm gonna keep that off screen. That's
Granted,
fine.
our last 2 games are terrible, but you know.
I mean, yeah, it's whatever. I was just trying out Zoe. But I honestly was just fucking around most of the game, so it's fine. But yeah, Wally, hidden OP, buddy.
Okay, so I always have multiple ones. So my first one is that freaking bullshit ass arcane comet.
Okay.
So I know I can play this in the past, but whenever I try to 100-0 someone and they walk away with 10 HP because for some reason never calculates that last 10 damage,
you're definitely
that solved my
cursed with
problem.
that.
It solved my problem. It was like, okay, you're in a circle, nip that shit, and that's my kill.
Syndra's ult leaves him with 10 health.
Oh,
Arcane Comet comes soaring out of the sky, fucking finishes him off.
Like Jarvis Firefly just to save the day.
What about Ari?
Oh, I was gonna miss that for the supports in general. For ones I play, Ari on my Lulu Nami games, it's a godsend for saving people's lives. It's cancer to deal with, but it is great on my end.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, does Ari also work with heals? Because I thought it was
if you just target a person, it procs the shield.
Yeah. And the cool thing with that is, I know you like playing Nami every now and then, Seth. Ari procs on Nami's E now, so you get they get a shield when you E them, which also can proc Ardent Sensor. So Nami now doesn't have a problem with procking Ardent Sensor anymore, which I think actually makes her a lot stronger than she was before.
She is.
I was actually playing Nami a lot more this preseason, and normally I've been like trying to tamper with Arcane Comet and Electrocute because I didn't think much about Ari on Nami because I didn't think it worked with the shield.
Yeah, no, yeah. If you E them now, Ari gives them a shield, and it's really good. It's really.
They
good.
will come.
All right. Do you have a hidden OP set?
Not really. Like the ones that I've been like doing more, that I've been doing better with, I guess I could say, is Ribbon. What else have I tried? I guess Vayne somewhat. Skarner.
Skarner.
Then Nidalee, Skarner, because I would do like all right with Skarner, but
Right.
I don't remember
have an
if like I
appreciation
was
for my
in
boy
that
Skarner.
if you guys were in that game or someone else, but if it weren't for like some other person, I would have just AFK'd for him. But her and I basically carried the team on our back, and I didn't expect that from Skarner. Like I've seen it done often,
Yeah.
but when I play Skarner, it's like I'm not dumb as shit, or
Yeah.
I'm not great. I'm not outstanding.
Right. Yeah, I have an appreciation for Skarner, and I'm gonna bring him up in one of our later points. Next one, so we're gonna go kind of to like a section where we're not gonna like go down. Anyone can just kind of like throw in their opinion on these next couple topics, and some of them not necessarily are about preseason, but just about like the standing of League in general. The first one, we talked about it quite a bit in our previous subjects. The first one is kleptomancy a noob trap?
Yes.
Yeah.
That seems fair, yeah.
Okay.
Because, let's see. When that first came out, everyone thought, like, oh, sweet, I get all these free items and shit. So I saw it was a Nami running it. It was a Braum that was running Kleptomancy.
Uh-huh.
I understand where it's getting at there, but the chance of you constantly doing an ability, hitting someone when we don't want you to touch this in general, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's either you know what you're doing with it, or you're just going to stumble and fail trying to proc it.
Yeah, and especially with it too, especially if you like cast the ability and then accidentally auto a minion, you can't proc it. So
Just bonus damage.
Because I think Kleptomancy is good on certain champions. We talked about it a little bit. Gangplank and our friend mentioned earlier, Ezreal. Ezreal, in particular, is very, very good with that mastery, and it's also good for Gangplank. Those two champions, and specifically, they have a little bit of trouble if you don't like farm and get kills. They have a little bit of trouble ramping up because all their core items are really expensive. Like for Ezreal, we have Triforce, Manamune, Blade of the Ruined King, other items like that. He needs a lot of gold to get those items, and Ezreal and Gangplank now with Kleptomancy can generate that gold a lot easier.
Which makes our lives harder because when they got those items, that slow power spike getting there is our time frame to do stuff.
Yeah.
Now with that kind of eliminated, we're like, well, fuck me too then.
Yeah.
And the thing is that makes it worse is that their playstyles are so safe before they reach that point where, before they get to the point where they just face roll you. So, like, it would be different if Ezreal could take Kleptomancy and, like, let's say, like, his base armor was even lower, or, like, his base health regen was lower. But I feel like if I'm landing against an Ezreal, I'm just getting poked with Qs all day, every day, and it's taking him, like, 20 mana out of his, like, 600 mana starting pool. So, is it really, really? Like, by the time he shoots me with one Q, by the time I get hit by that Q, he's already regenerated enough for his next one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's just like I feel like I'm being overwhelmed, and he's getting mana potions. Like I don't even get those. I can't even buy those.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they're gonna do Kleptomancy, then it should be only items that you can buy. Like if he's getting like fortitude of like adaptive damage, and he's getting like 40 extra damage because you hit me with a Q. Like why is that? How is that fair?
Yeah, you can get the Iron Elixir and then get free tenacity in lane. Like what the heck? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I actually felt bad. I was like, I don't even want to play this game right now.
Yeah.
I would just like to say Six Biscuit Ezreal.
six biscuits on Ezreal. Now I'm getting hit with like. I'm just saying, like, I mean, and then another thing that I want, just in case any Riot person ever hears me, is what are we supposed to do when we're full build and what do we just give up on pink wards? Do we just not pink ward at all? Like, just like
That seems the case, yeah.
Singing praises right now.
Like, do we just get rid of the control wards altogether? Like, at a certain point, do we just get rid of control wards? Like, because I want to know, because my team yells at me all the time. They're just, because sometimes I play support, and they're just like, Soraka, get this. And I'm like, all right, well, I got a redemption. I got a,
Let me put my sentence slot real quick.
Yeah, it's just like, listen, like, I got a redemption, I got an Aegis, I got a this, I got a that. All of my items are activatable, okay? I don't have enough room for your control ward. Can you please buy one, Mr. 0 and 1686?
Man, it's really shady in here right now. What's going on?
Right.
So I got a quick question for you then. Since I have not watched any or I've not watched a lot of League. Do pro games ever go on to the point of like actual full build items?
It depends.
Yes.
It does.
Pro games are so slow.
Pro games.
Okay, I always assumed they were like super fast.
9 times out of 10, pro games are very long. I think it was either season 5 or season 6. There was an EU game that broke a record. I believe it was a 93-minute game.
Right.
Yeah. Most of the time, pro games, they go on for a very long time. If they don't, it's usually called a clown fiesta, because that's when it's just like everyone's killing everybody, everyone's fucking running it down mid. It's insane. So
do you think that might be why because you were talking about it earlier about how all the damage teams have gone up like a lot? Do you think they're trying to like make Riot's trying to force a more aggressive playstyle from everyone then?
Oh, they definitely are though. They're trying to shorten the times of the
because
games.
like Riot, whether we like it or not, like Riot loves us, they do, but the only thing that Riot loves more than us is pro play.
Is money.
Is money and pro play. They care about their professional play more than they do about the kind of like the state of like the casual players in the game. So
which I mean is fair, because I mean they are an esport at this point. Yeah. They like, you turn on ESPN, you see news about League.
Yep,
that was crazy.
Like, that turn on ESPN and
I saw Street Fighter and League on TV. I was like, wow.
The dude,
I know.
The dude at the front was like Faker, and I was like, oh. Knows about Faker.
You know
All I could
now?
think of when I saw that is like, we made it, boys.
Yeah.
Like, all those hours on the couch have made it to this one. We made it.
Yeah.
You know, and we should revel in that fact. Like, we should go, and everybody that said that games were never going to amount to nothing, we're going to go and turn on the channel 57, and we're going to say, look, tell me that person's not making money doing that, Miss Johnson.
Yes, like how
chin produces dollar bills.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny because Channel 57 here, we're in South Carolina. Channel 57's Cartoon Network.
Exactly. Look at Cartoon Network.
Oh god, Faker's on Amazing World of Gumball.
Yeah, they know where we are. They got us.
It's gonna be Scooby Doo and the Faker esports.
Yeah, Scooby Doo starring Faker.
Exactly. League of Legends and Scooby Doo are
We
gonna have
caught
a
the
crossover.
bad guy. Oh, nice.
I mean, they do it with the WWE. I don't see why they wouldn't do it with anything else.
Feels bad.
But yeah, I agree with you there. It seems that like Riot's trying to make games go a lot quicker. So now maybe you know what? I'll say I'm kind of excited for like LCS and stuff this year.
Is that like because
maybe with these new runes and stuff, we'll start seeing faster and more hyped up games with like a lot more kills and a lot more like different champions being played and such.
And not just a Poppy top lane just not doing anything for the whole game, just like unkillable.
Yeah, the wet noodle fight between Poppy and Maokai. And
tank meta was literally the worst thing in the world.
I hate the tank.
I'd rather do the assassin meta any time of the day.
So, we'll talk about tanks later. Is there a champion that any of you want to see again that hasn't been seen in a long time?
I want to see my babe Cassiopeia. I want to see her normally.
bring old Cassiopeia back where she can only proc her EDM.
Put that one boot on that tail.
Okay.
Because especially I noticed it with this new like mission stuff coming out, how they said you have to buy 4 boots for 4 different games. Like, oh wait, I can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that on Cassie. Angel
because I know I can't just buy not use it. It's literally removed from my whole menu. I can't buy them at all.
Angel said singed. I vehemently disagree, but I respect your opinion.
No.
Because fuck that champion, but also...
Oh my god.
It's just cancer.
You know how
I motion for this cat to be burned at the stake.
He just got his beekeeper skin. Come on, that's been like a fan art concept since like season 2, I swear.
No, the fan art concept is Diana and Leona.
What?
Yeah.
Well, like, okay, you guys know how usually in a normal game I'll have my infamous no ban?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I had a really bad game with Singe, and I started banning Singe.
Yeah.
But like, I have never been that tilted since like at least for like 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that the purpose of Singed?
Oh yeah, Singed is a
Yes.
champion that people play specific. Singed, Heimerdinger,
Shaco?
Shaco is definitely one of
Tilted.
them. Just tilt champions. That's the best.
Like,
thing
I can
played it.
handle Shaco and Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger is like the easiest out of the three. Before like Singed, he was 1-9, but he was
Just pressuring everything.
Singed is never
For existing.
behind. Singed will always be there. That's the thing about Singed.
exactly.
He'll always be
Like,
there. When you never expect it, he'll fucking pop his righteous glory and come running at you like a
Exactly. Hey,
fucking hey, what's up? And then he'll fucking like flip you into Baron's fucking mouth. Like,
You know who else is anti-fun like that? Like Volibear is anti-fun like that. Volibear, he's just like, oh look, I'm at 100 health. Psych, I'm at 600. You're so lying.
all right, so
And like,
we talked
one
about
more thing about game length is like I feel like there is no comeback anymore. It's just very one-sided.
yeah, like if you
Just
stop,
stomp.
you just fucking go in, and that was a little bit different last season because they introduced catch-up XP, so they changed catch-up XP this season, so now they're kind of like stopping the comeback kings kind of thing. So I don't know, but yeah, we talked about flips earlier, Singed and Volibear. Now we're saying, come on, Riot, bring Singed and Volibear back. So mine, I said I was going to bring it up again. Skarner. I personally love. I love Skarner. I think he's a really fun jungle. I think it is very difficult for him to have a place in a lot of metas that have been happening lately. And when they gave him a rework, I think 2 seasons back, he was really strong for like a week, and then they nerfed him, and then he just died. And I was like, come on, man. Like, let him have a little. Like, let him be the king for like a little bit. Like, please. I don't know. I love Skarner. I've always loved his kit. I love his ultimate. I think he's super fun to play. So bring back Skarner.
I think I got one. So one change is because you should know right now I've been playing a fuck ton of Evelyn. Oh my gosh, I love her so much, even though she's still shit.
Yeah.
So after you unload your whole thing onto a person and just want to kill that specific target,
Ew.
what do? Besides run around and maybe hit a Q? You're a dead noodle in the water.
Yeah.
At least with Evelyn, you can just spam Q into your heart's content. This is a lot more difficult.
Yeah, I love New Evelyn's kit. Don't get me wrong, but I definitely think it needs a little bit of work to help her back into the meta because she does more damage. She does more damage than like most assassin junglers say they can do. So
like I did more damage than a Zed assassin people, and that was a good day.
But you just have to try so hard to get it off, and it's just like. It's not even like a skill factor. It's just like, I'm going to put my W on you. It takes 2.5 seconds to pop, and then it makes a giant arrow that tells you where I am. It's like...
It's a mind game in itself just to kill your first target, and then you have to run away, wait for the next one, wait for your cooldowns, and go in again. And even then, after you push your ult, you don't have much of a instant kill potential anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
See, a champion that I'd love to see come back... And it only needs a very small change. Mordekaiser, man, like bring back the metal, man.
Oh no! There we go.
He keeps doing it. He keeps saying the magic words, man.
Come on,
I think
man,
he's
dude.
you.
You know, like just bring him back. Like a Mordekaiser meta is a great meta, all right?
Riot.
I mean, you don't
Stop.
Rework Mordekaiser, Riot.
You can't bring back the Mordekaiser meta, bring back the Brazilian servers. That's only goes hand in hand.
Wait.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
I mean,
I've
tried Mordekaiser. I still don't understand him because like
he's so fucking weird.
my friend who would basically main Mordekaiser told me to max W, and I'm like, what? Weren't you supposed to max E? And I'm just like highly confused now by like how he's supposed to work.
Yeah.
He just does whatever he wants.
I definitely I agree. I agree with you there, buddy. Me and Angel talked about earlier how much I want Mordekaiser to get
His
reworked.
feet.
His pizza feet. Pizza feet Mordekaiser. I'm tired
He's
of
the
it.
last one.
He really is. The like old stupid looking champion count is going down, but Mordekaiser still looks really dumb. Riot. Bring back Mordekaiser. Bring back Mordekaiser. Rework Nunu. No more.
I don't know about that last one, buddy.
The Swain rework is coming soon. I'm pretty excited to see how it turns out. Irelia's getting reworked too. You know
I'm scared.
You
for
know
that
who to
one.
put on after that, Riot. Mordekaiser. If I don't see Mordekaiser on that list, I'll still play your game, but I'll be angry at you.
Yeah, actually,
That'll
I
tell
want
them.
to talk about that really rework. I'm not sure the skills are involved, but she's in a really interesting position.
Uh-huh.
As in, if you play a lot of Irelia, I mean a lot of Irelia, and you try to play anyone else, you just feel stupid.
Yeah.
Because Irelia has a really specific kind of play style of, if I'm at low health, I could probably kill you.
She's a champion that I never truly understood. Like when I played a lot of top lane, and I still play a lot of top lane, but back when I was in like my top lane prime, I tried to pick up Irelia, and I just couldn't. I never understood that champion, how it ticks. It's
I
just
love
really
Irelia.
weird. I
Just know, if you have a higher percentage HP, you're just going to get stunned for a long time and then just get 100-0'd out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's literally out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, Irelia was basically my go-to champ in top lane, but
Yep.
for now, with the new keystones, I
She
would
countered
always...
everyone.
Sorry?
She's countered like almost everyone now. Feels bad.
She does?
You think so?
Except for maybe Jace. For the current like top lane pick, she's countered by a lot of people.
Okay.
She is countered, or she does counter?
She gets countered.
Yeah, well, to me, I would normally win my lane last season, but I would normally pick Fervor as well. I didn't go tanky.
Mhm.
But for this season, lethal tempo, well, 1.5 seconds is a lot of time for it to activate.
Right.
And same with press the attack. It doesn't really seem right. Neither does Electrocute or Predator, Dark Harvest. I would actually have to go tanky.
Yeah. So
And
you think
that's
like
painful for me.
the Irelia rework is definitely a lot more needed now than it was before then.
She
Mhm.
has just lost any sort of place she had, even as small as it was before. It's just gone now.
Okay. Gbay99 agrees with you. And he's very scared of the Irelia rework too. So
We all are.
yeah.
No.
I mean, she's probably going to be busted, to be honest, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it either way, because this is my Irelia that I've basically
Cried
carried.
over.
Yeah.
No. I've carried like a lot of games.
Yeah,
Because of
I'm like
Irelia.
I'm afraid like 5 years in the future when they like touch the champion, because like my main champion before was a rework champion. It was Yorick. Right now I main Camille. Camille is my main champion. But
I
like
can't play her.
I don't think Riot's ever gonna rework Camille, but like I am afraid of the day that they touch one of my champions kind of thing. So like Vi, like if Vi ever gets reworked, I'd be upset. I love Vi the way she is. Don't touch her. So
Oh man, when they changed Sona, I was upset beyond all belief.
Oh, me
I can't have my permanent passive going on. What do you mean? I have to activate this? I have to use mana? The hell? I have to think of it. Oh man.
Angel,
And then all the changes that Ari went through for E, that wasn't fun.
yeah.
Well, having DFG was fun, but everything else, no.
Rip DFG. Can I get a rip DFG in the chat?
I'll rip
moment of
DFG.
silence.
Angel, were you gonna say something earlier?
Oh. So another champ I want to talk about is Jarvan.
Jarvan.
The
Yeah.
assassin?
Yeah, full AD Jarvan. That guy that if you see him on the screen,
Yeah.
you're dead. Yeah, I remember
That guy.
him.
I don't know. I feel like he's been doing really well from like what I've seen, and like every time I play him, like I usually do pretty well.
Yeah, and he's
But
been,
just something about his only combo, which is EQ, and like if he goes in, he has no way out
Right.
because he just moves like a fucking sloth.
so you're saying like you don't like that, like you can only do one thing with Jarvan.
Like Leona.
Okay.
Like once he goes in, he goes in. He can't go out.
Yeah.
And like I feel like every champ nowadays has a way in and has a way out.
Yeah, and that was the thing they changed in the Assassin rework too, is they gave them an entrance and an exit kind of thing. So
Fucking Talon.
Yeah, fuck you, Talon. I'm just kidding, Talon. I love you.
No.
Yeah, I love
No.
you. Get over it.
Yeah, to the wall jump, I feel like it's bullshit. I can't comprehend on why someone would add that in.
Parkour!
And like when Kane first came out, that whole wall running through thing, I was like, what kind of bitch ass shit is this?
I like almost said it before you. I was like, Wally's gonna bring up Kane. Wally's gonna bring up Kane, isn't he?
Like when I saw that wall thing, I was just like, Riot doesn't want me to play their game anymore. That's what's going on. They're trying
Like,
to
I
get rid
know
of
you
it.
can knock him out the wall pretty easily, but if you didn't know that beforehand, it's literally he gets engaged. Oh, I'm in a bad spot. Let me just walk through every fucking wall and escape. I'm like,
Well,
why?
See-
Riot adding all that wall stuff was the same equivalent of like Call of Duty adding in all of those like
Loot boxes.
exosuits. I was just like, no, when they added in the exosuits, I'm like, what is this? We
Just-
didn't do this before.
Just see the man turn blue and just start running away from Summoner's
It's
Rift.
just like, we
like,
couldn't do
oh,
this
okay.
before. Is this another Rise rework?
For those of you that don't know, Rise has been reworked, count it, 6 times.
Good God.
6 fucking times. Whew. My
Yeah, that's
Poor
right. My references
boy.
need footnotes.
okay. Alright, cool.
We're not
Well,
old, I swear.
So, we talk about the Season 3 tank meta. And from what I've seen, and from my experience now, in my opinion, tanks are just fucking ridiculous right now.
Because when you can 100-0 the enemy carries as a full non-damage dealing and non-damage building jungler or whatever, it's not okay.
We were
'Cause they
talking
can
about
hurt you and you're just killing them.
yeah, and I don't know if this is like hidden OP or if people are actually like playing this in solo queue or pro play right now. Scion, like old fashioned tank Scion. Holy shit!
Yeah, that was a problem.
What the fuck?
That was actually a problem.
Scion is
He
ridiculous.
went in bot lane too.
He's insane right now. Like what you can take like either grasp or aftershock on Scion. Both are fine.
Once he
and-
has you CC'd, you're there.
He is
You don't
just
go.
so tanky. It is insane. He is so tanky. He deals so much damage. It's ridiculous. So, in other people's opinion, do you think do you think tanks are more broken right now than they've ever been?
Kinda, yeah, because Rammus is a fine example of this.
Oh shit.
Because
no,
with
you're right.
Aftershock being in the play, when he hits you with anything, you're like, okay, I think I'll just survive after this initial little burst thing. No, it's just not going to happen. Because he's going to proc his fucking Thornmail, it's going to hit you that taunt, you're going to hit him, Aftershock's going to proc, his ult's going to hit you, and you're just like, oh, that's literally 8% of my HP. What the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
I'm allowed to play a game as I'm talking, correct?
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's what I've been doing.
Oh,
Yeah, because like I'm just like was laying on the floor trying to find a time to talk.
Yeah.
I'm playing Yorick.
Yeah. Yorick. Yorick's a fucking a good example of even though you don't you can build Yorick strength tank, but most of the time you build him pretty bruiser. But Yorick, he becomes a damage dealing tank, and he is insane. I really love Ultimate Hat for one, especially on Yorick, because Yorick is very reliant on his ultimate being up. So I'm really happy that his ultimate can be on a lower cooldown. Of course, it might be Yorick is one of those champions that I will blindly like worship, and even if he's broken, I'll be like, hell yeah, he is, kind of thing. So
However, one of the things that I do like about Yorick is he has a very clear point of strength and weakness. You know that he is strong when he has his ultimate, and you know he's strong when he's in lane or with those ghouls, and you know that he's weaker when he's with
right, exactly.
He's
very
like with
clear
Yorick.
weaknesses. Yeah, he has very clear weaknesses and very clear strengths, and it's very hard to put champions, Shadow Assassin Kane, that have absolutely no counterplay. Like you just see Shadow Assassin Kane, and then your screen goes gray, and you have no idea why. And the death cap just gives you a giant question mark, and then your team is pinging question marks, and then everyone is just confused because nobody knows what the heck just happened.
Strange. I had that exact same thing happen, except I was the king.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
And that's
here's how shitty I do this game.
That's the same thing with That's the same thing even with like the Kane players. Like even the Kane players have no idea what they do. They just went in there and just pressed a whole bunch of buttons and they saw
That's sudden
you slaying
impact.
an enemy.
One of my
They were just
favorite,
like, oh, okay.
one of my favorite examples of Shadow Kane is a clip from I'm a Cutie Pie stream. He was playing Kane, Shadow Kane, and LL Stylish. He's a Zed main, fellow streamer of I'm a Cutie Pie, just kind of coming up the river, and then I'm a Cutie Pie like pressed W and autoed him, and literally just there was no health bar anymore. And I'm a Cutie Pie was just like, "Yup." like there was just nothing else to say about like what just happened. Like it's just really funny. I love Kane. I think he's really cool, and I love that he's like such a versatile champion that he can fit into pretty much any team comp.
You saw me playing for that one match after not touching him at all.
Yeah, you were like, oh, I hate Kane, and then you played a Kane game, and you were like, this guy's pretty fun.
I was disgusted myself, but yeah.
Okay. Here's a topic that I really like that we kind of came up with on the fly. And I'll follow up with a little bit. Should Riot make brain dead champions? Because
no.
No.
Okay,
Yes.
let me finish.
Yes.
Let me finish. So the way I look at it, the last like 10 champions they've made seem to have like a complexity to them. Like they're trying to make like these like game bending champions with like different game bending mechanics and trying to give them like a high skill cap and everything, and I'm just wondering like when do you think that they're going to release another champion that's a like a right click champion kind of thing, like Tryndamere, like not like Tryndamere, but like yeah, like a champion with a very defined combo, or like a champion that like is just a very like right click based AD carry. So yeah, we'll go back. Like, should Riot make brain dead champions, like easy champions to play, kind of thing?
So I'm gonna say no to that. I'm gonna say no to the brain dead as far as that goes, because I just think that that's just not the nature of the game. Like, a gamer doesn't want a right click simulator anymore. Back then, like, right click was all that anybody and everybody could do, because that was just the way how gaming was.
Yeah.
But I think that as far as a simple champion now, you just want a champion that has a clear strength, a clear weakness, clear what to do, clear what not to do. And a really good example of that would be Warwick. Warwick is complex when he needs to be, and he's very friendly when he needs to be, and I think that's the type of champions that they should create. Yeah. They're champions that are friendly to the more casual player, which is what the game is really directed towards, the casuals and the professionals. Yeah. Not really the long-term people like us, but like give them champions that like, oh, okay, this guy's a wolf and he has a blood scent, I follow it and I kill people. Yeah. And that will be the simplicity that people are looking for, and that'll keep the casual fan interested. But then also there's the complexity of the skill shot of his ult, and then there's like little thing like his Q, like being able to attach onto somebody that, like us players who like the little bit more like, hey, like I want my champion to look cool while I do my crap. Like, that's what we were able to do.
Yeah.
I've got to agree with that.
Like that.
Yeah, I was talking to Warwick. Warwick is such a great example of that. Actually, I was talking to Evan earlier about Warwick and how, like, he's pretty much the same champion that he was before. You run after someone, you right click them, right? Warwick does that, and you can do that, and it's really but it's also really cool that like they made his ultimate scale with move speed kind of thing, where the faster you're going, the longer range that thing is. You can soar halfway across the fucking map if you're coming out with home guards. If you're coming out with home guards, going on. Super cool. I love that. And yeah, like the attach mechanic with his Q, how like if you're against like if you're going up to like Shen, and like Shen's like alt teleporting, and if you time it right, you can attach yourself to that Shen and go where he's going. That's so fucking cool. Like, that's a cool thing.
It's easy to learn, but really hard to master kind of champion.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Which, that's actually why I said that I think they should make, like, brain... Because I kind of consider Warwick a bit like of a brain-dead champion.
Sure.
But, because it definitely means, like, casuals come in, and it's a daunting task. And no matter what, it doesn't matter what champions are in the game or, like, what the game offers you, good players are going to be good players. Like... The sponsored ones, Faker is like, a god, and he's going to be a god no matter what champions they release in the game, because he's good at the game. So
yeah,
it's like, you can have the crazy in-depth complex characters for them, but for people that are just playing it, like, I just want to play Warwick. I want to run after someone when they're low health. I want to Q and ult and have fun. And there we go. Good game.
And that's like and that's kind of a cool thing that like splits us like solo queue players from professional players. Like for instance, there's a lot of champions that are good in solo queue and like really bad in pro play. Like for a good example, we were talking about him earlier, Nasus. Nasus is such a good champion to carry yourself through solo queue with because he's so snowbally. He has an insane late game. You essentially build that guy full tank, and your Q one shots 80 carries, and you just walk up to them and do it. He's really great for solo queue, and I know like every now and then, like he's a troll pick in pro play. Let's. You've got to get over that fact. He is a troll pick in pro play, 100%. But like,
is it because I think what's his name, the YouTuber Dung Heap, kind of said it the best. Because once you know how to counter him, he doesn't do anything anymore.
Right.
He's actually useless if you know how to counter his shit.
Yeah, exactly. And Warwick is a good example of that champion too. You don't see Warwick much in pro play, but Warwick is a really good champion to climb with, especially if you want to main the jungle. He's such a good champion to climb with because he's easy, he does his job, and he can carry a team very easily. But he doesn't give what pro players want, kind of thing. So Azir was like that back in season 6. We didn't see much Azir.
Azir is the 200 IQ champion.
Yeah, we didn't see much Azir in solo queue, but. I mean, if you weren't in like Masters or Challenger, you didn't see Azir too much. But in pro play, the mid laners were playing him a lot because he has like insanely mobile kit. His ultimate is like one of the most playmaking ultimates in the game. Like, yeah. So,
which I think kind of speaks volumes about, because it definitely speaks of Riot's strength and League strength, definitely with the amount of champions. We're not ever going to see all the champions in like professional play, because some of them are, here's baby's first jungler, here's your solo queue monster. Mm-hmm. And here, like say, I'm going to assume Kayn is good. I don't know what an actual League tier chart is, but he looks like a very good champion that we could actually play like on a team.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, he actually sees quite a bit of solo queue. He's one of those champions that has a high skill ceiling kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he also is like he's easy to clear the jungle with. He's not too hard to gank on. But like if you get good with him, he's insane. And he actually does see pro play sometimes too. So yeah. I
think it helps him out having like different champions almost like categorized like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But to throw it off, I definitely wouldn't mind to see another kind of like easy champion per se, like one that just kind of has like a like defined thing in what they do. Zoe, I really do like Zoe conceptually.
She has a high skill ceiling. Yeah, I
think Zoe is a pretty hard champion to play. But
if you have to open up a PDF of like what this champion does, then the champion's hard. Like
honestly though, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think Zoe's cool. I like the new like sleep mechanic kind of thing. I like it and
sleep
hate
makes
it.
me so mad.
But like, yeah, if I get hit by it, like I was talking about it earlier, I hate that it like takes a while to wind up.
Brief moment.
Yeah,
like,
it takes a while to wind up. Like I'm like, motherfucker, just put me to sleep. Just kill me. Like so.
And plus the fact that it amplifies their damage is just really that is the only ability you need to be looking out for. Even our Q is ungodly damage. That's the actual killer's fucking sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing about the sleep is the sleep makes me feel like I got it. Like I don't know. Like the sleep makes me feel like I'm getting like the plan explained to me by a villain that I don't care about.
I'm going to unravel my evil plan.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, just put me down like Old Yeller, dude. Like, like even Old Yeller didn't get a speech. He was just like, look, you're old. Bam. You know? Like, just put me down, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel with the drowsy, because like I'm playing against a Zoe right now, and I get hit with the drowsy, and I have tenacity, so it's this drowsy. Like I'm just like, come on, just put me down.
Just
dude.
kill me.
Like, thanks, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, the last thing that we're gonna talk about today. And it kind of leads from like Riot making champions in general. So with Zoe, Ornn, Kayn, the last couple champions, this can either be like a prediction kind of thing or just something that you simply want. What do you think, like, what direction do you think Riot is going to take champion making? Like, new champions?
They're going to get more complicated for fucking sure.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
Yeah. Because I think of that 3 combo, me personally, Minx talked about it earlier, I love Ornn. I really do. I love Ornn. I think he's really fun. I really love the brittle passive. I like his passive where he can buy items in lane and stuff. I love like buying 2 health pots at the beginning of the game and then building my Doran shield in lane. Like that shit's so fun. I love Ornn, and I want to see like how do you put it? I want to see like I guess like unique CC is really nice. I love Brittle. I think Brittle is like really cool. And in the future for League of Legends, I'd like to see them get more creative with crowd control kind of thing.
I would definitely like more crowd control like skills. Because I feel like back in the day there were a lot of champs that were like very crowd control based. Like, and I just kind of miss that.
Yeah.
You mean silence based?
Rip silences minus
suppression, please. Suppress me, daddy.
Like another Nautilus would be great.
Yeah,
yeah.
Another,
I agree.
Another
That'd be
just
really sick.
like full tank. I'm gonna butt fuck you. CC like just CC.
I might not be able to kill you immediately, but it will come eventually. Just hang out for a second. Come on.
I can't kill you, but you can't kill me either.
Like Nautilus is one of those champions where he's like, I can't kill you, but like he
Everyone
was
else
like
will.
Piccolo. Like I'm gonna wait till Goku comes here to mess you up. Like Nautilus is the person that you need when you're waiting for Goku. All right, like he is.
Snap.
Yeah.
Is he your
Yes, he
Krillin?
will hold him. Yes, he is my Krillin. All right, like, it doesn't matter how many times you die. Goku is coming to whip you, just tear you down,
Yeah.
man.
And
All
then,
right, I pay real money for a Krillin Nautilus skin now. Holy crap.
and then
So Yamcha Aatrox.
oh my god. Poor Aatrox, please.
It's unfortunate because it's true.
I retract my previous statement. I can hold off on Mordekaiser a little bit. Please, Riot, Aatrox. He's so bad. Like, he's always been bad.
There's a brief moment when he was kind of strong.
He
but
kind of had his Skarner moment where he was like the king for like 2 days. It's just like, please, Riot.
Can I help you, Vi? This is my jungle. Bitch, come back here. I'm not done with you yet.
But we talked about kind of like tilt champions before, but I want to see another like deceptive champion, kind of like Shaco, like how LeBlanc kind of like used to work.
It's
like a deceptive champion, like a champion that like they kind of have like a corny like see-through kit if you know what they do, but just something that like if you're not doing well in the game, you can still fuck with the person that you're like going up against, kind of thing. Like
I feel like Shaco's legitimately that.
oh
Yeah.
Shaco is definitely that champion. Like watch, there's a guy named Pinkward. He's a Shaco main.
Oh, yes.
What the fuck? Like seeing that dude like play Shaco is just so fucking funny.
It's
because,
motivating and terrifying.
At the same time, yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, Shaco, like I hate Shaco, but I also love Shaco, and I want to see another champion. Like I want to see
You
another champion like
appreciate a good
Shaco.
Shaco player.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. If you play Shaco, kudos. Like 100%.
You're an asshole, but good job.
Yeah, and I definitely want to see another champion like Shaco, just like a deceptive,
So we're saying
like,
that
weird outplay champion.
Shaco's the acceptable Teemo.
What now?
Is what you're really saying.
Oh.
Shaco's the acceptable Teemo.
No, that's pushing it a little bit there.
I mean, he goes invisible. He lays down traps just like Teemo.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's pretty much.
So I think
Teemo.
it was I went against a Teemo Shaco bot lane, and that was that true lane of I want to die.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Because it was just traps everywhere.
Oh
There's
my God.
nowhere safe to go. And that was like fucked with me the hardest.
And
All right, someone please play that lane with me now. Oh my god.
I get like a little shock of PTSD whenever I like go top lane and see a Shaco top lane, because I'm like, this guy is either like gonna feed his ass off, or he's literally
just a
god. Like, there's no in between.
Really small between.
There's no gray area for Shaco. You're either garbage at him, or you're really fucking good. Like, yeah.
Has there ever been a Shaco in pro play?
No, at least not for a while.
Yeah, I think that was more back in like season 2 and 3.
Yeah, season 2 and 3, I think he was played, but not for a long time has he been played.
Because like I'm a big fan of. I normally play fighting games for those of you that don't know, and when I see that low tier champ, when I see that low tier character, that Dan Hibiki, that low tier god coming to the tournament play, it's like that's the good stuff.
Dude, you're talking to the same guy that saw, like, because I used to play MKX professionally. I saw Takeda on, like, he was like at like the lowest bar, and I was just like, I'm gonna main Takeda.
Dude, you brave for that one. I picked up Devore and I was like, nah, screw this. I ain't playing this game now.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to pick up Takeda because you know why? Because I'm going to be that guy that's going to do a 46 hit combo. I know it's going to do 14%, but you're going to be like, this guy trained for this.
You gotta respect the amount of time he made just to fuck you up with it.
I'm getting my ass beat by a Z tier.
And you know what? There's another champion that speaking of, like, to like direct that to Zillion. Like, no matter how great you are with Zillion, if your team sucks, there is no way you're bringing him back. Like,
oh no, Zoe has a strangely one-dimensional kit.
No,
like, she's an artillery champion done right, but other than that, if you don't hit your E, what are you doing with your life right now?
No, he was talking about Zillion, the old man.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Not the opposite.
Like,
not Tiny Girl.
Bring back the least suckish person on your team. That's who you're gonna bring back, and Lord forbid if it's you.
Yeah. Zillion's another champion that I have. Like, if I see people like main Zillion, I'm like, man, you really know your shit, don't you? You're probably like an actual old man, like an old wise man in real life.
He's actually Zillion behind the screen.
Yeah.
I knew you would do that.
Just a whole bunch of Torbjorn wannabes.
Okay. Well, is there anything that anyone wants to say about the preseason before we close
It's
this
gonna
up?
be a clusterfuck.
Why?
Why? Well,
preseason?
I believe the preseason ends, I think, at January 6th or 8th. So, to everyone here, to everyone watching this, good luck in your future solo queue games. I'm not sure how consistent I'm going to do this Doodlecast podcast, but it has definitely been fun. I appreciate everyone coming here tonight and talking about the preseason with me. It's been a lot of fun. And besides that, I believe the next topic we'll have some time will probably be either when the preseason ends, or maybe next time you'll see us, we'll just be talking about Call of Duty or Overwatch or something. Who knows?
Or
maybe
Injustice 2.
Maybe we'll talk about fighting games, Evan. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All
There's nothing
right.
to say about that one.
I'll do that one.
I appreciate everyone coming here tonight, and I appreciate everyone coming to the stream. We hit a 12 viewer height tonight, guys.
Hell yeah.
Ah, shit.
Hell yeah. That's great.
Happy Thanksgiving,
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Turkey Day.
I hope everyone ate well, and we'll see you all next time. Goodbye, stream.
Peace.